In this episode, we're discussing how law firms can build authority through digital PR. There's a moment that every legal client goes through when using ChatGPT. At first, they just want a quick answer. Can I sue? Or what is this worth? Am I in trouble? And ChatGPT gives them a confident response. It's clear, it's fast, and of course it's very, very convincing. But then something happens. They pause and they think, is this actually right? Legal situations are obviously different than most searches. The stakes are higher. This isn't trivial, and this isn't casual research. This is their freedom or their money or their future. And so they start to question the answer. They start looking for validation. They start looking for a real attorney. So this is the shift that's happening right now. People move from answers to authority. At first, they just want clarity. They want a quick answer, or they want to understand what's going on. And so they ask a question and they get an answer. And for a moment, that's enough. But then they start thinking about their situation, not a hypothetical, their situation, and things stop feeling so simple. They start asking better questions. Does this apply to me? Is my case different? What if something goes wrong? And that's where the answers tend to fall apart, because generic information can't account for nuance, it can't account for risk, it can't account for consequences. So trust starts to drop, not all at once, but gradually. And as that trust drops, the need for certainty goes up. That's when they stop looking for information and they start looking for a person, someone who has handled cases like theirs, someone who understands the variables, someone who can say, here's what I would do if I were you. That's authority. In that moment, the attorney who shows up with that clarity becomes the obvious choice. Let me ask you something. Do you think sending out a press release for your law firm is going to bring you new clients? Honestly, do you feel like that would generate a single case? So maybe I'm missing something, but I can't imagine that doing anything. So it's not how people find attorneys anymore. It's not how trust is built with any business anymore that I know of. Digital PR today is completely different. So it's not about being featured, it's not about publications, but it's about being the law firm that's found when potential clients are searching for help online. So naturally, most law firms think they need more visibility, more ads, more posts, more platforms. This approach is very hard to compete in. There will always be another firm spending more than you, posting more content than you, but you can actually outrank these people because it's not about volume, it's about precision. You don't start with content, you start with clarity. Who do you actually want as a client? Not everyone, the right ones, the cases you want more of. And once you've got that ironed out, then you define what problems are they trying to solve. Now, where are they now? I call that point A. And where do they want to be? I call that point B. What problem are they trying to solve? Now here's the strategy. You find the exact questions that those people are asking online, and you answer those questions. That's it. Now let me share with you several examples across different practice areas. So I don't know the specific area that you are working in. If you're a personal injury attorney, then maybe somebody is asking, how much is my settlement worth? Or if you're in criminal defense, they might be asking, am I going to go to jail? If you do estate planning, they might be asking, how do I avoid probate? If you're in immigration, they're asking, what happens if my visa expires? These are not casual questions. They're high stakes questions, and the person who answers them the best wins the client. Where you publish your content matters because most platforms are noise. They're not structured, they're not searchable, but YouTube is different. It's indexed, it's organized by topic, and it's also backed by Google that also indexes your content. So when you publish a video answering a specific legal question, you put it somewhere that you can actually rank. So I'm going to show you something really quick. I'm on the website called SEMrush. I'm going to open up their keyword magic tool, and I'm going to show you what happens when I type in immigration attorney. I'm going to turn the questions button on. I'm going to come over here to advanced filters. I'm going to go up to 10 words. So I'm looking for 10-word questions about immigration attorneys, and that's really cool. We actually still have a few. It gets down to zeros pretty quick, which means less than 10. I'm going to lower my filter down to 8 words. Okay, so we have a good variety here of really specific questions. How much does it cost to hire an immigration attorney? Do illegal immigrants have the right to an attorney? How long does it take to become an attorney? Who's the best immigration attorney in Chicago? And so forth. Now, I worked with an immigration attorney with her YouTube content. She didn't post every day. She actually only posted 1 video per week, but every video answered a specific question. Within a few months, she owned her topic, meaning when people search for those questions in that category, she was showing up at the top over and over again. So this is what most law firms miss. You don't need to dominate everything. You just need to dominate something. One type of case, one category of questions. When someone searches in that category, you're the one that they see. So let's try another category of law. And I want to show you this example so you can learn how to filter out bad clients or not ideal clients. I've got the same filters turned on. These are all questions that have 8 or more words. And if I comb through these questions, I can look at question by question. You're going to notice something. Some questions refer to one type of a client. Other questions refer to other types of clients. You can really sort through which questions are being asked by your dream clients, which questions are not being asked by them. So let me highlight the best part. Question research like this doesn't just help you attract clients, but it filters them. The questions that somebody asks, it determines the type of client that they are. So if they're asking high-level questions that are strategic, they're going to be a better client. If they're asking basic, low-value questions, then they're probably not a fit. So your content does the filtering for you. You only make content that targets your dream clients. Now, if you ignore this approach, you can keep relying on referrals or ads or billboards, but just understand that people are no longer searching the same way. They're using AI first, then they're turning to attorneys when they stop trusting the answer. And when that moment happens, the attorney who shows up with the best answer wins. If you want to learn how to actually dominate your category, go watch my episode called Achieve Category Dominance. That's where I break down the full system step by step, and I show you examples across multiple industries so you can see what category dominance looks like and how to implement it. I'll see you there.